Hola, ¿qué pasa? Hey, everybody. What's going on? So, it's a Sunday night. It's the end of Valentine's Day. Yes, it is. And I'm here because I want to do something different. I know you guys see me on here doing a whole bunch of musical stuff, but I want to deviate tonight and talk about love, or at least read something out of a book. This wonderful book entitled The Mastery of Love. Okay, and this book is by Don Miguel Ruiz. Okay, I retrieved this book about almost 4 years ago, and I'm being wholeheartedly honest. I have been slacking reading it through all the way. Okay, I picked up this book and read, excerpts out of it, or a chapter or two, but never like really got through it because it did rub some areas where I felt like, okay, I'm not ready to attack that area of my life. Excuse me, when it came down to love. But just so recently, I made it in my mind that, hey, I'm going to go ahead and pick this book back up. I'm going to read it in its entirety, and I'm going to absorb the insight or the message that it's trying to relay to me. And yeah, I want to, show you guys another hobby of mine that I like to do, good funky books. I'm a researcher, number one. I love to research. I love to read about history and people's lives, and anything that's motivational or that reaches and cleanses and purifies or causes a peace within the spirit of an individual. That's something I'm really, really big on. So yeah, the story about me getting this book, I got this book through a good friend, a good sister friend of mine, who I consider to be the big sister that I never had. I've always wanted an older sister. I'm the eldest girl, or the eldest girl sibling. And, she and I, her name's Erica, she and I just linked up like that. And before she relocated, because she was living here in the Washington, D.C. area, and she took up a job. She knew what I was going through at that time when it came down to love. It wasn't necessarily a romantic love, but it was dealing with my family. And I opened up to her and I shared with her my story, and she was moved by it, really, really moved by it. And she just passed this book on to me before she left. She left a sweet, beautiful message that I will read to you all. And it says, Renda, it's my first name. I was given this book by a really good friend who saw my internal light and wanted me to shine brighter. I was broken at the time, and she knew exactly what I needed. Now I am passing this book on to you, and I needed it at that time. You have so much to offer to all of us, personally and artistically. This book is simply written, but a pure reminder that we all need. Read it slowly, let it resonate, and I hope that you find peace and acceptance after you have turned the final page. That's the goal. It has helped many others, and I really hope that you enjoy it too. Love, Erica. October 16th, 2017. So you can imagine, I've had this book for so long. I can't believe 2017 is about 4 years ago. Crazy. All right. So I'm going to read the chapter that I am on right now, and I'm just, you know, reading this and I'm taking it in. So it's not like I read this already. So if I stop and I go like, that means I'm like, okay, I'm internalizing it. That's just something I do. Okay. Yeah, and it's entitled The Perfect Relationship. So for those who are in love, again, yes, happy Valentine's Day. For those of you who have that significant other, you are truly blessed. For those who are pursuing it, hang in there. You will find it. And for those who are like myself, who are kind of sort of on the fence with love, honestly, I am. I'm not saying like I've lost hope, but I realize that love can be given in different forms, and some people are not necessarily destined for that type of love that they seek. Um, So yeah, I'm going back to the drawing board with love, and I'm not necessarily questioning what I want. I'm questioning, is that aligned with the overall destiny that I'm supposed to carry out on this planet. So, with all that being said, I'm going to move forward and read chapter 5. I don't know, y'all can't see this. I'm going to read it. It's entitled The Perfect Relationship. Okay, let's see. There's about how many pages up in here? It's quite a bit. Ooh, child. Yeah, I think I'll read all of it. I think I can get through it all. So it's quite a bit. So we're starting from 73 to 90, and I'm just going to read it all the way straight through. Okay? The perfect relationship. Imagine a perfect relationship. You are always intensely happy with your partner because you live with the perfect woman or the perfect man for you. How would you describe your life with this person? Well, the way you relate with this person will be exactly the way you relate with a dog. A dog is a dog. It doesn't matter what you do, it's going to be a dog. You're not going to change a dog for a cat or a cat for a dog or a dog for a horse. It is what it is. Just accepting this fact in your relations with other humans is very important. You cannot change other people. You love them the way they are or you don't. You accept them the way they are or you don't. To try to change them to fit what you want them to be is like trying to change a dog for a cat or a cat for a horse. That is a fact. They are what they are. You are what you are. You dance or you don't dance. You need to be completely honest with yourself. To say you want to see if you are willing to dance or not, you must understand this point because it is very important. When you truly understand, you are likely to see what is true about others and not just what you want to see. If you own a dog or a cat, think about how you relate to your pet. Let's consider your relationship with the dog, for example. The animal knows how to perfect or how to have a perfect relationship with you. When your dog has done something wrong, what do you do with your dog? A dog doesn't care what you do. It just loves you. It doesn't have any expectations. Isn't that wonderful? But what about your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your husband or your wife? They have so many expectations and they are changing all of the time. The dog is responsible for its half of the relationship with you. One half of the relationship is completely normal, the dog's half. When you come home, it barks at you, it wags its tail, it pants because it is so happy to see you. It does its part very well, and you know it is the perfect dog. Your part is almost perfect also. You handle your responsibility by feeding your dog, you take care of your dog, you play with your dog, you love your dog unconditionally. You will do almost anything for your dog. You do your part perfectly, and your dog does his part perfectly. Most people can easily imagine this kind of relationship with their dog, but why not with a man or a woman? Do you know any woman or any man who is not perfect? The dog is a dog, and that is okay with you. You don't need to be responsible for your dog to make it be a dog. The dog doesn't try to make you be a good human or a good master. Then why can't we allow a woman to be a woman or a man to be a man and love that human just the way he or she is without trying to change the person? Perhaps you are thinking, what if I'm not with the right woman or the right man? That is a very important question as well. Of course, you have to choose the right woman or the right man. And what is the right woman or the right man? Someone who wants to go in the same direction as you. Someone who is compatible with your views and your values, emotionally, physically, economically, spiritually. How do you know if your partner is right for you? Let's imagine that you are a man and a woman is going to choose you. If there are 100 women looking for a man and each will look at you as a possibility, for how many of these women will be the right man? The answer is you don't know. This is why you need to explore and take the risk. But I can tell you that the right woman for you is the woman you love just the way that she is. The woman you don't have the need to change at all. The right woman for you. That is the right one. You are lucky if you find the right woman for you. At the same time, you are the right man for her. You are going to be the right man for her if she loves you just the way that you are and she doesn't want to change you. She doesn't have to be responsible for you. She can trust that you are going to be what you claim you are, what you project that you are. She can be as honest as possible and project to you what she is. She will not come to you pretending to be something that something that you later discover that she is not. The one who loves you just the way you are. Because if someone wants to change you, it means you are not what the person wants. Then why is she with you? You know, it's easy to love your dog because the dog doesn't have opinions about you. The dog loves you unconditionally. This is important. Then if your partner loves you just the way that you are, it is just like the dog loves you. You can be yourself with your partner. You can be a man. You can be a woman. Just as the dog can be the dog with you. When you meet a person just after the hello, she starts sending you information right away. She can hardly wait to share her dream with you. She opens herself, even if she doesn't know she's doing it. It is so easy for you to see every person just the way she is. You don't need to lie to yourself. You can see what it is you are buying, and you either want it or you don't. But you cannot blame the other person for being a dog or a cat or a house. If you want a dog, then why are you getting a cat? If you want a cat, why are you getting a horse or a chicken? You know the kind of man or woman that you want, right? The one who makes your heart sing, the one who is aligned with the way you are, the one who loves you just the way that you are. Why set yourself up for something else? Why not get what you want? Why pretend to make someone fit what she is not? It doesn't mean that you don't love her. It means you make a choice and say yes or no because you love yourself also. You make a choice and you are responsible for your choices. Then if the choices are not working well, you do not blame yourself. You simply make another choice. But let's imagine that you get a dog and you love cats. You want your dog to behave like a cat. That's impossible. And you try to change the dog because it never says meow. What are you doing with your dog? Get a cat. This is the only way to begin a great relationship. First, you have to know what you want, how you want it, when you want it as well, okay? You have to know exactly what the needs of your body are, what the needs of your mind are, and what fits well with you. There are millions of men and women, and each are unique. Excuse me if I fumble through the words. Taking this in. Some will make a good match for you, and some won't make a good match at all. You can love everyone, but to deal with a person on an everyday basis, you will need someone more closely aligned to you. That person does not need to be exactly like you. The two of you only need to be like a key and a lock, a match that just works. You need to be honest with yourself, okay? And honest with everyone else. Project what you feel you really are, and don't pretend to be what you are not. It's as if you are in a market. You are going to sell yourself. And you are going to buy. In order to buy, you want to see the quality of what you are going to get. But in order to sell, you need to show others what you are. It isn't about being better or worse than someone else. It's about being what you are, authentically. That's me adding that in. Okay. If you see what you want, why not take a risk? But if you see it is not what you want, you know you're going to pay for it. Don't go around crying, "My lover abuses me," when it was so clear for you to see. Don't lie to yourself. Don't invent in people what is not there. Yes, I was going to say invest, but it says invent. Yes, don't invent in people what is not there. This is a message, this is the message. If you know what you want, you will find it just like your relationship with your dog, but better. See what is in front of you. Don't be blind or pretend to see what is not there. Don't deny what you see just to get the merchandise when the merchandise will not fit your needs. When you buy something you don't need, excuse me, it ends up in the garbage. Okay, waste of time, waste of time. It's the same in a relationship. Of course, it takes years for us to learn this painful lesson, but this is a good beginning. If you make a good beginning, the rest is going to be easier because you can be yourself. That's what it's all about, okay? Being yourself in your relationship. So hard. I got that early on. If I can't, sit here and act up with you and goof around with you, and I'm deviating again, here we go. But this is how I feel. If I cannot laugh with you because I can be a prankster and I'm goofy, but if I can't do that with you, and that's just one aspect of my personality. If I can't do that with you, I don't know, But continuing on, perhaps you already have a certain amount of time invested into a relationship. If you choose to keep going, you can still have a new beginning by accepting and loving your partner just as she is. But first, you will need to take a step back. You will have to accept yourself and love yourself just the way that you are first. Only by loving and accepting yourself the way you are can truly be an Only by loving and accepting yourself the way you are can you truly be and express what you are. Sorry for the jumbled words again. You don't need to pretend to be something else. When you pretend to be what you are, you're going to fail. Once you accept yourself just the way that you are, the next step is to accept your partner. If you decide to be with a person, don't try to change anything about her, just like your dog or your cat. Let her be who she is, or let him be who he is. She has the right to be who she is, and he, so on. She has the right to be free. When you inhibit your partner's freedom, you inhibit your own because you have to be there to see what your partner is doing or not doing. And if you're going to love yourself so much, you're never going to give up your personal freedom. That's true. Okay. All right. We're almost done. We got like 8 pages. All right. So can you see the possibilities a relationship can offer? Explore the possibilities. Be yourself. Find a person who matches with you. Take the risk, but be honest. If it works, keep on going. If it doesn't work, then you do yourself and your partner a favor. Walk away. Let them go. Don't be selfish. Give your partner the opportunity to find what she really wants or he really wants. At the same time, give yourself the opportunity. If it's not going to work, it is better to look in a different direction. If you cannot love your partner the way she is, someone else can love her just as she is. Perfect song in the background. I'll just love you forever, no matter what. Okay? That's true love. All right? Don't waste your time and don't waste your partner's time. This is respect. I cannot emphasize that anymore. Respect. All right? That is the cousin of love. Okay? Or I would say that's a part of love's DNA. Respect. Okay? If you are the provider and your partner is the addict, and this is not what you want, perhaps you would be happier with someone else. But if you decide to be in that relationship, do your best. Do your best because you are the one who is going to reap the reward. If you can love your partner the way she is, if you can open your heart completely to your partner, you can reach heaven through your love. If you already have a cat and you want a dog, what can you do? You can start practicing from this point forward. You have to aim from the beginning by cutting your ties with the past and starting all over again. You don't have to have attachments to the past. All of us can change, and it can be for the better. This is a new beginning for you to forgive what happened between you and your partner. Let it go, because it was nothing but personal importance. It was nothing but misunderstanding. It was nothing but someone being hurt and trying to get even. It's not worth whatever happened in the past to spoil the possibility that you can reach heaven in a relationship. Have the courage to go for it 100% or just let it go. Let go of the past and begin every day at a higher level of love. This will keep the fire alive and make your love grow even more. Of course, you need to look at what it means to have good moments and the bad moments. Yes, that's how you differentiate. All right. If being emotionally and or physically abused is a bad moment, I don't know if a couple if a couple should keep going. So that's like deal breaker. If a bad moment is that someone loses her job, is something is wrong at work, or something happened to be an accident, that is another kind of a bad moment. It, the bad moments come from fear. If they come from the lack of respect, humiliation, or hatred, I don't know how many bad moments a couple can survive. In a relationship with your dog, you have a bad moment. For whatever reason, it happens, an accident, a bad day at work, or whatever. You come home and your dog is there barking at you, tail is wagging, looking for your attention. You don't feel like playing with your dog, but the dog is there. The dog will not feel hurt that you don't want to play because it doesn't take it personally. Once the dog celebrates your arrival and finds out you don't want to play, the dog goes off and plays by itself. The dog doesn't stay there and insist that you be happy. Okay? Sometimes you can feel the support from your dog than from a partner who wants to make you happy. If you don't feel like being happy and you only want to be quiet, it's nothing personal. It has nothing to do with your partner. Perhaps you have a problem and you need to be quiet, but the silence can cause your partner to make a lot of assumptions. What did I do now? It's because of me? It has nothing to do with your partner. It's nothing personal. Left alone, the tension will go away and you will return to happiness. This is why the key in the lock has to be a match. Because, yes, if you leave that person, if you're aloof and, you leave that person's mind to wander or prone to wander, and, they're not used to that silent treatment is not good, and you see that now it's creating this tension between you two or whatever, yeah, that's no bueno, okay? No bueno. Yes, this is why the key in the lock has to be a match, because if one of you has a bad moment or an emotional crisis, your agreement is to allow allow each other to be what they are in that moment. Yes, so that's what I'm saying. Like, if that person has to be quiet, you have to allow that room for them. You have to understand that in them. Just saying. Then the relationship is another story. It has to be, it's another way of being. And the whole thing can be very beautiful. Relationship is an art. The dream that two can create is more difficult to master than one. To keep the two of you happy, you have to keep your half perfect. You are responsible for your half, and your half, it has a certain amount of garbage. Your garbage is your garbage, okay? And it's not the garbage of your partner. If your partner tries to clean your garbage, she's going to end up with a broken nose, okay? Yes, and I want to turn this down a little bit. Okay. All right. We have to learn not to put our nose where no one wants it. And it's the same with our partner's half. Your partner has a certain amount of garbage. Knowing your partner has garbage, you allow her to deal with her own garbage. You're going to love her and accept her with all of her garbage. You're going to respect her garbage. You are not in the relationship to clean your partner's garbage. You're going to clean, or she's going to clean her own, and you will allow her to do so. Even if your partner asks for help, you have the choice to say no. Saying no doesn't mean you don't love or accept your partner. It means you're not able or you don't want to play that game. For example, if your partner gets angry, you can say, you have the right to be mad, but I don't have to be mad because you are mad. I didn't do anything to cause your partner anger. You don't have to accept your partner's anger at all, but you can allow her to be angry. There is no need to argue. Just allow her to be what she is. Allow her to heal without intervening. And you can also agree not to interfere with your own healing process. Let's say that you are a man and you are happy, and for whatever reason your partner cannot be happy. She has personal problems she's dealing with in relation to her garbage, and she's completely unhappy. Because you love her, you will support her. But supporting her doesn't mean you're going to be unhappy because she is unhappy. So that means you don't catch that disease, okay? This is not support at all. If she is unhappy, you get unhappy, the both of you sink. If you are happy and your happiness can bring her happiness back. Oh, excuse me. If you are happy, your happiness can bring her happiness back. That's a statement. And that's true. It's like a disease, or it's like not a disease, but it's an infectious energy. You know, if this person is this way and they're around them like that, it's energy is not destroyed. It's just transferred, right? We all know that. Come on, Newton's law. So that goes hand in hand with this statement. In the same way, continuation. If you are down and she's happy, her happiness is your support. Excuse me. For your own sake, let her be happy. Don't even try to take her happiness away. Whatever happens in your work, don't come home and throw your poison at her. Be silent and let her know it's nothing personal. You're just dealing with yourself. You can say, keep being happy, keep playing. I will join you when I can enjoy your happiness. Right now, I need to be alone. If you understand the concept of the wounded mind, you will understand the reason why romantic relationships are so difficult. The emotional body is sick. It has wounds. It has poison. If we are not aware that we are sick or that our partner is sick, we become, flip page, selfish. The wounds hurt, and we have to protect our wounds, even from the one we love. But if we have the awareness, we can have the different agreements. Excuse me. Sorry. When we are aware that our partner has emotional wounds and we love our partner, we certainly don't want to touch her wounds. We don't want to push her to heal her wounds, and we don't want to push her to heal our wounds. Take the risk, take the responsibility to make a new agreement with your partner. Not an agreement that you read in a book, but an agreement, that works for you. If it doesn't work, change the agreement and create a new one along the way. Use your imagination to explore new possibilities, to create new agreements based on respect. There goes that word again, respect and love. Communication through respect and love is the whole key to keeping the love alive and never getting bored in the relationship that you are in. It's about finding your voice and stating your needs. It's about trusting yourself and trusting your partner. What you are going to share with your partner is not the garbage, but your love, your romance, your understanding. The goal is for you, the two of you, to be happier and happier. And that calls for more and more love. You are the perfect man or the woman, and your partner is the perfect human, just as the dog is the perfect dog. If you treat your partner with love and respect, who is going to benefit? No one else but you. Heal your half, and you're going to be happy. If you can heal that part of you, then you are going to be ready for a relationship without fear, without need. But remember, you can only heal your half if you are in a relationship and you work with your half and your partner works with the other half. Okay? You will see how quickly progress is made. Love is what makes you happy. And if you become the servant of love and your partner becomes a servant of love as well, you can just imagine all of the possibilities. The day will come when you can be with your partner with no guilt, no blame, no anger, and no sadness. The day will be wonderful when you can be completely open and only to share, only to serve, and only to give your love. Once you decide to be a couple, you are there to serve the one you love, the one you choose. You are there to serve your love to your lover, to be each other's servant. In every kiss, in every touch you feel, you are each there to please the one you love without expecting anything back. It's more than sex. Oh my gosh, I have to repeat that. It's more than sex. It's more than sex. It is more than sex, okay? It's about being together. It's about that connection, that emotional connection that you have with that person. The sex becomes wonderful. The sex then becomes wonderful also, but it's completely different. Sex becomes a communion. Sex becomes a complete surrendering, a dance and an art, a supreme expression of the beauty of you and your partner's love. And I'm adding my own little words to that. It says expression of love, but it really is. Sex is just the final expression, is the physical expression or the physical communion of you and your lover. Once you reach that part of accepting each other in their authenticity, you can make an agreement that says, I like you, you're wonderful, and you make me feel so good. I'll bring the flowers, you bring the soft music. We'll dance and we'll both go to the clouds. It's beautiful, it's wonderful, and it's romantic. It's no longer a war of control, it's about service. But you can only do that when you love, or when the love you have for yourself is very strong. And that is the end of that chapter. Okay. So I know I fumbled with the words, but I'm hoping that provided some insight. I'm going to probably come back and read another chapter, probably not chapter 6. I'll read that in my own time, but more so further along in the book. I think that was a good chapter, especially with the holiday that was coming about, or just passed rather. But yeah, that was pretty deep as far as a relationship and how it's supposed to go. I don't know. You guys drop in the comments on what you feel. And again, this is a complete deviation of my music page. But I just wanted to, come on and just talk about something different. Because we all need love. And we're all looking for it. Yeah, so I hope that you enjoyed that excerpt out of that book. And I hope that you all are able to purchase this book. Again, it's entitled The Mastery of Love by Miguel Ruiz. Okay. And anyone that is at or on the fence about love, I encourage you to get this book. And yeah, just dive into it and let it resonate. Okay. I just finished chapter 5, and I'm content in my journey with love right now. I've only been in love really technically 3 times in my life, and I know when I truly love somebody. I know for myself. I know what it is, and it's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing, and it can be a painful situation, but I will say that the more that I go through it, the more that I learn more about myself. And I understand that my love is, it may not be perfect in the eyes of whomever, the outsider, but not perfect to everyone. But I know that when I do offer my love, that I do come with a genuine heart. Okay. So yes, I encourage you all to get this book. I encourage you all to love more. Okay, and if you are in a relationship, definitely read this book with your partner. That might be good. Read it with your partner, and love each other. Find your partner's needs. Go back to the drawing board. Communication is really key. Okay, it's really about the communication. A lot of times we're coming up with things in our heads, and we expect our partner to just, wipe it all away and just know us. But it's like, dude, you're changing. Lady, you're changing constantly. How am I supposed to know? And I'm changing, So keep that communication flowing, okay? For all my single folks like myself, okay? Love comes in all forms. It may not be your time yet. It might not be your time yet, okay? So love what you do. Give love in your craft, children need you. That's how I'm doing. I'm loving on children, because I remember when I was a kid and I wanted to do music. I didn't have anybody. Nobody in my family played music. So I had to gravitate towards the environments where I was able to do that. And I found that in, summer camps and band class, and finding, mentors a little bit older than me, That's an example, just be a light, be a guiding light for those in need. It can be the elderly. It can be your immediate family. it can be a homeless person on the street. Give love, okay, until you get the love that you're ever so seeking. All right. So I'm done talking. I'm done talking. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I'm out. I gotta get back to my music, and I love y'all. Peace out.